welcome back to Timeless Conversations. It's been a minute, but we are so glad to be back. Right, ladies?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
we are.
Timeless Conversations is the channel where we talk about life and adulting.
The ups
The downs.
And
everything
everything in between. Yeah.
My name is Robinah.
My name is Aisha.
And my name is Sharon. Today, we are going to be talking about relationship green flags.
Yay!
Yep, I'm sure most of you would love to know what are those things, that you should look out for when, trying to figure out whether this person is the right person. We have had comments whereby we should not talk about oranges since we are not oranges, we are apples. So we shall be giving you the ladies' perspective on things. So what do you look out for in a relationship to know, if these are the right signs, to know if he is the right one? So, ladies, what are some of the things that our community should know?
Relationship green flags. To me, I feel like these are the signs you see and you're like,
He is the
he
one.
is the
the
one.
one.
The opposite of red flags.
Exactly.
You don't believe in the one. Okay. Katugendera.
Green flag number one. He sees a future with me.
Definitely.
One of
Yeah.
these things of like, you've been in that relationship where like, your husband will be so lucky. What are you saying?
Who is going to be my husband? I thought
What
it
are
was
we
you.
doing here? If it is
So for me, if you put me into your future, you like your plans, short term, long term, talk about the things. Meanwhile, for me, it will sweep me off my feet even if you just said, I think our kids will take on your complexion.
Yeah.
like I wish they would have your
Like kids are not
smile,
yet
things
there,
like
yeah.
that.
But the fact that you're picturing them, green flag.
But
Definitely.
isn't that
Yeah.
very superficial? Anyone can say that.
What are you saying? We used to talk about how many kids will we have
Exactly.
when we're in high school.
I know. I mean, it's really just a girl thing. I mean, because we love to, plan our lives.
Yeah.
Even you're like, I want to be married by this time. So even when you're with a man, you want to know that, he has a plan for you and not just hit and run and things like that.
Okay.
Thank
Yeah.
He should. But anyway, my only worry about that is that anyone can say it. You know how anyone can just come and sweep you off your feet? I feel like that should be complemented with a lot of other things.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes,
The plan and
definitely.
action.
No, yes, put me in your plans, right? But it should be complemented with a lot of other green flags.
That's
Not
why,
just
that's why it is not green flag, but
It is-
green flags.
it's green
So
flags.
yes, don't
This
rely
has to
on
be
one.
complemented with a lot of other green flags for it to hold water.
Yeah.
in my
So
opinion.
like which one? You tell us.
He should be able to have uncomfortable conversations with you, even when you're just dating. I personally, I am one of those people who is always running, like carving out my way around the uncomfortable conversation. But it's something that I'm learning that it has to be hard for, like, to clear the air. So imagine you have like a disagreement, and then you just go on, what is it called, Lusirika. You just go on Lusirika, never attack the issue.
But what
The
is
next time-
Lusirika?
Lusirika
For our
is when you-
international viewers.
Oh, sorry. So Lusirika is when you are not talking to your partner.
Silent treatment.
Silent treatment.
Yes.
So you go on Lusirika, and then the next time you come, you just avoid the issue.
Like
that
it never
actually
happened.
caused- Yes. Like it never happened. And then it still remains an issue. You've only avoided it.
Definitely.
It might blow up someday, So I think it's important to have uncomfortable conversations so that you're on the same page with each other. You are able to talk about everything and anything. Yeah, that's one of the green flags.
And it's especially important if the thing that you're trying to, push under the rugs is something that you as a person feel is very important.
Right.
The things that we refer to as deal breakers. Because if you don't, talk about those things, then like you said, they'll definitely come back and, blow up in the future. But the mushy things aside, I think for me, one of the most important green flags for me is if you share the same values with the person, then like tick, tick, tick.
But that is mushy too.
Like,
It's okay.
yes. That's like
I
green
had that
flag
tick, tick,
number one
tick.
for me. Yes.
And I'm like, oh, that was me.
No, like if you share the same values, because if you ignore it now, you shouldn't compromise. If you ignore it, it's definitely going to be an issue in the future.
Definitely.
So if you share the same values, tick, tick, tick. Yeah, for me that's it. Yeah.
I think about values, for me, I think that, anyway, in my opinion, it doesn't represent timeless conversations. If you are Christian and you are with maybe another religion, I don't know if that is having the same values.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
guys.
Definitely for me, yes.
I feel like you guys have not fallen in love.
How does your
Because
love
For me,
work?
I feel like, you see, as much as, we have a certain belief system, yeah, Christianity, I know the scripture of unequally yoked and all, but I know a lot of people, actually, even in Islam, you cannot get married to someone who has not converted, yeah?
Oh,
Yes, you cannot. So I know it makes everything complicated, but we
Too
don't choose who we
complicated.
love, and
The heart what
the
wants
heart
it.
wants what it wants. So yeah, it could be, but you see, you're dating, yeah. So you talk about what values that you can adjust. What do you compromise? Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like, and I've seen so many, different. I feel like religion is one of those things that people actually hold so high in regard. Yeah. So, yes, you might be, because I speak from a background of, a mix and match. Yeah. Even my parents, yes, you might have different values, but if you guys find a way of talking around it, see who gets to do what. I know a lot of successful couples that have been married and everything was just fine. And for them, it was a thing of, have your religion, continue with it. I will also have mine. And then when our kids, when we have kids, we will let them choose their path. If they want to go to mommy or if they want to go to daddy. But I feel like to each their own.
different.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I was going to say. That's why we're saying, if his values align with your values, now maybe to say Robinah, her values, number one is it has to be the same. You see, now that means for Robinah, it can't work unless it's exactly
this
the
or that.
same. Yeah. So things that for me, this is what I stand by as a person. Then, yeah. So I think that's how we need to look at it.
I think it's
Case by case,
a lot.
yes.
Exactly.
Because sometimes it actually works out perfectly because you've had a conversation, you've agreed on how it's going to play out, and if you both stick to that, I guess then it works out.
Yeah. That's why when you asked, I said for me, yes, it would be. Yeah.
It would be a deal breaker. for
Yes.
you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other green flag, and this one, my goodness, I can't even emphasize it enough. All right, I feel like a guy
I'm curious to hear that.
a guy who validates your feelings, makes you safe and secure, like someone
Break
who
it
is
down.
solid.
Break it down.
Personally, I'm dramatic. Guys, I am dramatic.
Are you? Are you?
When I was meeting Haji, guys, one of the things that I noticed about him was he was very solid. Yeah, of like, yes, he will listen to the dramatic bit of it, but will not say, oh, you're overreacting. Like, okay, we are tactful about how we go about it. If you can regulate your emotions, yeah, we will have a plan A and B and C, all right? But then also, I feel like a guy is supposed to make you secure about decisions of like, you're safe with me.
Yeah.
So I will not downplay what you think about this, but maybe we can have a route out of it, or maybe we can have this and that in place in case, like a mitigation tactic of sorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a green flag.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I think more on the bit of feeling secure. I think one of the most important things for a woman is, having that security of knowing that, it's not even about like having so much money or anything like that, but knowing that I am safe, I am catered for. Even women who earn way more than the man or have everything they need, but just making them feel like,
It's well.
yeah, like
Don't
I
freak
got
out.
you, I have your
Yeah.
back, yeah.
Exactly.
I think that's why it's been like the most.
It
It's the most, guys.
There's that
Security for a woman.
There's that
Yeah.
saying that men or husbands are supposed to provide, protect, and profess. So I think that's the protect bit of to provide a covering over you, that you know that this is somebody I can count on. This is somebody that I can run to when I'm stressed. I can go and offload. I can speak to them about everything and anything. I am covered. They have my back. So I think green flag.
I know.
Emerald green.
Like we can't even define the green of this one. The
Emerald green, like-
green of greens.
I know.
This one you won't even second guess, because honestly,
Yeah.
you see, as a woman, you go through a lot of challenges. Okay, I don't know about men, but I speak for myself as a woman. Like, there are so many challenges that will freak you out so easily. So if you have someone, like a support system that will tell you, you know what, yes, it's like that, but it's going to be okay. It's going to be all right.
We just need to know that it's going to be okay.
That reaffirmation
Just that.
is enough.
Yeah.
So green.
You guys are making me feel mushy.
Are you seeing some green flags?
Anyway, another green flag is he is clear about his feelings and he expresses them to you. Not those things of guys who just beat around the bush or you're in a situationship. Things are not clear what you are doing, and the
Like,
famous
what
question
are
of
we?
what are we?
Man, like what are we? Like I need to know what we
I
are.
know. So, like, the relationship has to be clearly defined. He has to express his feelings for you of, this is how I feel. For me, I like a guy who he's expressive about his feelings. He's in touch with his feelings.
Yeah.
If I did something that was disappointing to you, or something you didn't expect me to do, speak about it. Like, express yourself.
As an adult.
Wholly. To me, green flag.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we also have to be able to create the environment that allows for that to happen. But
Oh yes, we should.
definite green flag. Yeah.
I love clarity. I love when things are so clear on exactly what we are doing. Yeah? Of like, don't give me mixed signals. Yeah? Don't put me in a place where I have to second guess, where do we stand?
What is my place in your life?
Yeah, of like, okay, I'm not asking you to put me as your next of kin.
Exactly.
But I'm
Not
simply
yet, at least.
Not yet.
But I'm simply saying, do not make me second guess. Give me comfort that, if anything happened, I know that this is where I stand in your life. Yeah? And I notice, when you're dating, because most probably the man has a couple of you guys trying to fight for space. Meanwhile, this is the in thing. People are dating multiple, and as much as it is shocking to us, it is the reality. People are doing it. So a man is seeing a couple of you, like 4 or 5. Okay, the disciplined ones like 2.
So what are you looking
Which is
for?
highly unlikely. But
Excuse me.
it puts you in such a bad position to want to ask, okay, if if I don't, okay, you know, there's also that stage of having the key.
The key?
You have yes, you have access to his house. So
Oh,
it's also like a step.
I see.
So before that, getting the key, that green flag, if it's not so clear, yeah, we'll run.
Of he has not, like, you
Yes,
don't know where you stand.
define.
I know, I understand.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah.
For me, my other green flag, guys, is effort. I feel like when a guy loves you enough, he puts in effort, and it is so clear. You will see the energy, like match my energy. You know how Valentine's comes? You're there expecting flowers, you get none. Meanwhile, for you're there looking around for the expensive wallets, the brands, the what. So if you're not matching my
I
energy,
see. So if you're
But
the
a man-
giver, you hope that he's also a giver.
a giver.
But you, what have you given him before you start?
That's why she's
expecting
saying,
That's what I'm
like
saying.
she's looking.
I'm
at the
looking around
expensive
for
wallet.
brands.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
I expect you to match my energy. Effort. Put in some effort to see me, to spend time with me, to learn my love language, understand what I like. I mean, that for me, that's effort. When a man goes all out of his way to make me happy, to make me his priority, to prioritize what we have, energy, effort. So it's a green flag for me.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. That
Yeah.
effort part of organized dates.
Yeah.
Like, put some things together that shows that you're really invested in this thing. You know, organize, go out of your way to make me feel special. Of which I should be able to do the same. Like, I should be able to reciprocate, depending on your love language, of course. But go out of your way and show me that I am special.
Today I feel like I'm so much on the side of the oranges. If you're wondering who the oranges are, take time to read some of our comments.
And also watch our other videos.
Exactly. But when you mentioned like effort, like take time to prepare the dates and things like that, I remember when my husband and I were dating, like he would always plan the dates. And yeah, I expected it, and it's very easy, and you know, it's really lady like to actually expect it.
Yeah.
But let's also like once in a while, like
But not
once that's what I'm saying. Like once in a while, we also
Also
plan
ladies,
call like
Hey.
yes,
Okay, now
If for
in
effort.
marriage, I feel like when you're dating, anyway, if for effort.
yes.
Even
Even
you need
when
to
you're
put some
dating,
effort,
like you also show
madam.
that man that you're a green flag. So ladies, as we are looking at the green flags, make yourself a green flag as well. Yeah, so that you know he puts in more effort when he sees the value that he's getting.
True.
That's true.
Yeah, but maybe another green flag for me would be someone who celebrates like your successes, your victories, like your wins. Yeah,
Yeah.
not someone who like, oh, maybe you get a promotion and it becomes a problem.
Because you're going to get more money than I do.
I think someone who really celebrates you and, you know, like roots for you even more than other people, that's a green flag, without feeling like, you know, maybe he's less of a person or anything like that. That is a definite, you know, green flag. So my career girls, yeah.
I feel like us as career women, we kind of get it easy. Recently, I was speaking to a friend of mine in business, and she was telling me all the struggles, guys. These people are struggling. So even if your partner is in business, if they're able to ship in the container that was making them anxious, like celebrate.
Yeah,
If they're able to clear their taxes, celebrate.
Like
if they're
every
able to
win.
open up a branch, celebrate. Like, I honestly cannot emphasize this enough.
I know.
Whenever you get something nice and people don't clap for you, there's a way it makes you feel like, you know, they are maybe underplaying how much the effort that you put in, you know. And to me, a man that, by the way, for me, that's a big green flag. Because if you're going to wait for me to make the big wins for you to celebrate me, then you better leave it, because I'm going to be making these small random wins along the way, which needs to be acknowledged. Every time someone acknowledges what you've achieved, it gives you a certain motivation that you
like
could do better, bigger.
Yes.
So yeah,
And if it's your person cheering,
makes it even more
It's
special.
a different kind of motivation.
Yes.
It's just another level of validation when it's your person that's cheering you on.
It's not the same as everyone
else.
like the others.
So as I
not
wanted
the
to say
same.
about business, even those who probably just started off and or any other source of income, literally, that you've just started out and then you find your footing somehow. I feel like you should even throw me a party because of like how much you've gone through to build something, and now you have finally, like, the dust has settled. You finally found your footing. I feel like that's something that is really worth celebrating. And if it comes from your person, it even warms your heart better.
And also, even when you like, because it's not even just about career. Every small win, like, you guys, adult education is hard.
Talk about it.
Adult education.
Retake.
There's just too much you're dealing with.
So even finally being able to, like, something as small as passing that exam or whatever it is, but really, I think it also goes to show that the person understands the struggles you have gone through and appreciates the efforts that you have put in, and it shows that I know, I see, and I understand, and I care. Like, it just explains too many things that are beyond just celebrating the win. So
that's true.
You guys just reminded me of something. Okay, quite personal. Recently, Haji and I were working on a PowerPoint presentation. Like, I'm not good at all at PowerPoint and all those things. And we were working on this thing from when the kids slept, from like around 9, and we slept at 1, and I don't think it was even that perfect. So we kept on thinking, okay, it won't impress. And then I went to work. Like, I went into the meeting, and then he kept on asking me, texting, and I couldn't respond. The fact that he kept on calling and like, did it impress? How did it go? It made me reevaluate. I'm like, green flag everywhere.
So you say small
little things like
presentation, guys.
Yeah, imagine.
Yeah, as long as it's something that you feel like,
it's worth the celebration. Yeah.
Another green flag that I'd like to talk about is someone who is confident in who they are. So confident that they are not intimidated by any changes or who you are. Like, they want you and they'll pursue you regardless of where you are in life.
Yeah.
Because there is this notion of you are too successful. No man will want to date you. You have a car, you have built a house, a single lady shouldn't have all these things. But who says I shouldn't have? The man should be so confident in who he is and what he wants that all these things should not intimidate him. Like, they shouldn't derail him in any way. If probably he wants to pursue you, he should go full head, because he knows that I am confident in who I am. I also know what I bring to the table. And I am glad that you are successful. Let's bring our two successes together and build a beautiful family. So someone should be confident enough not to be intimidated by the things that I have, or the things I've achieved, or anything about me.
I totally agree. And I think the biggest victim of this mentality is us, the career ladies. Of like,
even
I think as long as it's a successful woman, depending on how society perceives success. Yes.
It for me, it has never stopped disturbing my mind of how someone, instead of celebrating that I'm getting a fine lady who has gotten their life together. How do you get intimidated by like, come full on knowing that this is what I offer? And meanwhile, these are the men that we also want to attract.
Exactly.
I don't want to attract someone who is going to feel small because, you know, I'm achieving A, B, C, D. These are things that can be achieved by anyone if they put in effort, yeah? So,
Even by him.
yeah, even
right? Because
him.
there is nothing that stops him from
Achieving
suddenly
greatness.
being able to achieve much more than you.
Yeah, yeah.
And that wouldn't make you, you know, any less of a woman either.
And I believe people who are meant, you know, to work out great stuff have to elevate each other.
Yes.
Like, you compliment me, I compliment you. And man, nothing beats a confident man.
Right?
And I think there's also the misconception that, you know, a woman can't probably be more successful than the person. So that's why probably someone who is not confident in who they are as a person would hesitate to go for such a person. First of all, because, but, you know, it also shows that that man has no ambition and should question what,
Stay away.
like, you have no hopes of probably being better than me someday, then I should be scared to, you know, finally accept you as my man.
Right.
But if you see my success and you don't see that as a threat, then it means that you're actually someone who has vision and, you know, sees a lot for our future. So yeah.
Absolutely.
Tick, tick, tick. But I think another green flag would be someone who respects your boundaries. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I'll speak for myself. If I have said that maybe I don't think we should kiss until we're married, or I don't think we should have sex until we're married, and you respect that, then definite green flag for me. And yeah, that should tell you something. I won't go into details, but yes. So really, someone who respects your boundaries. If there are things that you feel like I'm a virgin and my plan is to keep myself for my future husband, then there's no business for you continually begging me for sex. Yeah, please respect my boundaries. So if there's someone who respects things that, you know, you hold dear to your heart, then that's a definite green flag. Someone who wants to make you feel small about it and say, you know, but sure, why, you know, why not? Yeah. So if I feel that it's something that's, you know, dear to me, then you should respect it enough to, you know, not bug me about it.
Absolutely.
Regardless of what it may be. Yeah.
I totally agree. I feel like this is something that is never talked about quite enough, because there are people that actually respect the boundaries at first. Yeah, you tell them, this is who I am. I like to wear my clothes this way. I like to, you know, do things a certain way. I want to preserve myself for my future husband.
Yes.
And then in the middle of the relationship, now they start changing goalposts, trying to, you know, pull your guard down.
Exactly.
Talk about it in a way that, you know, derails you from what you've already chosen to take.
Yeah.
I feel if you've loved someone enough and you're willing to, you know, take it seriously,
Yeah.
you should be able to respect this person's set of, okay, let me just say boundaries.
Yeah.
Of like, accept me as I am. Yeah, this is what is in for us. How you perceive it, and also while you accept me, make sure that you also hold the same.
Yes.
Yeah, because that is how we are going to
Exactly,
move the
yeah.
relationship
Yeah.
ahead. Yeah.
I think it's the little things of some boundaries are really small. I feel like giving a huge one, but some boundaries are really small. Of you realize along the way that sometimes when you're in disagreements, they raise their voices at you, and you're like, I do not appreciate you speaking to me like this. Of little things of that you have noticed that probably the other person does that you're not comfortable with, and you come out clearly and say, I do not like to be treated the way you're treating me. I do not like you doing this for me, or I don't like flowers.
Give me money.
Exactly.
And then you
they show
constantly
up
keep
with
buying me
flowers.
flowers.
You get.
Yeah.
So
Like, you must fall in love with the flowers. It's what they give women. there are other things.
There are
like
other things you can
perfumes.
give, right? So I think that someone being able to learn and listen in, because boundaries are not expressed. Sometimes you don't come and say, okay, these are my boundaries. But in the conversations, they come up and you say, this is what I like, this is what I don't like, you shouldn't cross this line, and stuff like that. And someone should be able to listen in and pick some of those boundaries and not cross them. So for me, that's a really, really green flag of having conversations, and he picks some of the things that you feel shouldn't be violated. And he runs with them, you know, for the entire relationship period. So
I actually get something as
okay.
as Robinah was speaking. I realized that listening, active listening, is very important. I feel like a man should not just, you know, hear out your conversations and, you know, the blabbering and stuff. Like, you actively listen and go with what I'm saying. You know, if I said that I don't like flowers, why then do you go ahead and give me flowers every now and again, you know?
it's
I've
what
told
other
you.
people are giving.
Yeah, I know, you know, right? And then you tell someone, I like books, I'm a reader. But go ahead and find out what kind of books I read. Don't bring me self-help books when I want novels, you know?
I know.
I want
love stories,
yes,
nails and bones.
Exactly. I want to feel that you understand the particular nitty-gritties of my life. Yeah, you paid attention and you're genuinely interested to make me happy. Yeah, so if you cannot do these small things really, I feel like there's something wrong. But if you're able to, you know, go all out, give me all the nice things I talked about, yeah, green flag.
Tick, 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 like Sharon says it.
But yeah, also on what Robinah was saying about, you know, the small things, even things like sensitive topics. If I have maybe said I don't want to talk about maybe this particular, let me say, part of my family, you should be able to respect it enough and not keep probing
Bringing it up.
Until a point in time when I feel like, you know what, I can now talk about it, because it's only when I'm comfortable with you that I'll be able to share like the deepest things about me. But until we get there, please don't probe. Ask the first time, but
If I
if
tell
you
you
get, I may not even tell you directly that I don't want to talk about this. It may just be based on how I respond.
Yes.
The hope is that you'll be able to, I know men don't like this thing of read between the lines, but you know, my body posture or my facial expressions should be able to show you that I'm not comfortable talking about this now. So hopefully at a certain point in time, or maybe on one of those days when you're having like critical conversations, and now you're at the point of, I think we need to have these difficult conversations because we're building to something bigger, then maybe then I can share. But until then, don't probe. Let it go.
I hear you.
Yeah.
The other green flag, guys, is forgiveness.
Oh, yes.
I feel like a man that does not dwell on a mistake. Today you speak about it, tomorrow, the other day. Forgive and forget. Let's move on.
Yeah.
So for me, a man that is able to understand, you know, this was a mistake, I forgive you, let's move past it, let's talk about it, let's draw lessons, is a green flag. Because I also don't want to get married to a nagging person that will remind me of things I did in 1900.
I tell Aisha, sometimes for you just start trouble to know how someone will react to it.
The small fight, it reminds me of the start small fights. Guys, if you haven't been watching our other videos,
you have missed out. But yeah, there are those small fights that will come up, and you realize that, oh, this person actually did not forgive me. This person actually
like still holding on to this,
has kept the grudge, and will forever use it against me. You speak your peace or hold your peace forever. Speak out as adults. Tell me, we draw lessons out of our mistakes. Because honestly, if I've not, you know, learnt from it, I will maybe continue to do the same things that make you angry. So if we're able to move past it, we move, and then you forgive, and life, just continues.
Isn't it called gaslighting? Of you have a conversation and then they, like, in the future they'll bring it up and make you feel so bad about it all over again. So man, I feel like if we have the conversation, probably we even asked for forgiveness, we have been forgiven, don't bring it up. Actually,
like you've done this again.
I know. There's in a certain group recently,
you always do this.
They were talking, right? They were talking about how, like, they're asking men to speak up, like, confide in your significant other. And the men were like, me, I will never talk to my wife about things that are weighing in on me. And I'm like,
who else do you talk to?
Yeah.
Isn't that the person you're supposed to run to?
So what are you confiding in? Your boys.
I know. But women have a tendency of bringing this up again, like using your weaknesses or the conversations you had about, like, at you again. But I feel like even everyone should do better.
Yeah. Both us, the
yes,
ladies and the men.
If you have a conversation about something, do not throw it back at me someday. Or if I'm facing a challenge and I run to you, and then you say, that's why you failed to parent. That's why you did this and that. In a later conversation, it makes someone feel small.
Yeah.
It makes someone not come back to you to have that conversation again. Like, if you forgive, start on a clean slate and never bring it back again. The Bible says that let's try to be like God. He forgives our sins and never remembers them again. That's who we should be striving to be like. Of course, we are not perfect, but we try.
Exactly.
We put our best foot forward and keep trying until we get to a point where the old things do not crop up again into new conversations.
Absolutely.
But, the hope is also that, as we are being forgiven, that we're not taking advantage of the forgiveness and grace we've been extended to do the same thing again and again and again. So, like I said, today I'm the advocate
for the oranges.
For the oranges. Right? So please, don't take advantage of someone's, kindness and goodness, when they forgive you and keep doing the same thing. Why I'm saying this is, regardless of whether it's the lady or the man, don't cheat and then be like, yeah, you forgave me. And then
she forgives.
Like, today my examples are all extreme.
I know,
right? I was just thinking of all of the examples on this earth, and you chose cheating. That is overreaching.
That's what I was saying.
But you know what?
You get
that told me. A man will forgive all manners of bad manners, but cheating will never be one of them. Men don't forgive cheating women.
But
so do all the others.
They expect us to forgive them.
Yes. Very unfair, but that's the reality.
The same standards should uphold.
I know.
On both ends.
Yeah, of course, we are not saying that they cheat. They should go ahead. No. But to be honest, for them, they will never extend to you grace when it comes to that part of their lives.
But don't cheat. Why are you cheating?
Just go.
Why are you cheating? Huh? Anyway, another green flag for me would be consistency. Like, if you love me in public, you're not in public, love me in private. I want you to want to hold my hand. Although, of course, there's that thing that men do.
Which one?
The married women will understand.
Of leaving you behind.
Of smacking.
I'm lost.
Oh.
Robinah has the single one has understood.
You guys.
Like, they randomly come and hit you.
Yes.
Bam.
Like, be nice,
Smacking
be lovey-dovey. Be
be
lovey-dovey and... But the thing is, be consistent, yeah? Don't be these men that, in public, oh, my wife this, my wife that, or my girl this, my girl that.
But at home.
And then when we come home.
Not even just at home.
Okay, like the moment
yes.
When it's just the two of us, because we're now talking about people who are,
Dating,
probably still dating, not yet married. When it's just the two of you, you feel like who is this? This is another person. Is it the same? Is it the same person from a few seconds ago? Like, be consistent. Don't put on a show for other people, but let your love be so genuine that even when it's just the two of us, I don't have to, wonder if it's a different person. I'm in a relationship with two people. One who is all good and nice in public, sends me flowers, but then also becomes nasty and narcissistic when it's just the two of us. Yeah.
I feel like every side of the coin is painful, because I also know of relationships where the man in private loves you so much, and then when you go out in the public, it's like you all are strangers.
That's the thing, like, be consistent.
Yeah, consistency is key. Keep the energy.
Yes.
If you've decided to love me in public, I mean in private,
love me
the same.
Yes.
Because I like to be, you hold my hand, help me out, open the car for me.
Those things. You do that.
Mama, they do, especially when you're dating, but when you're married, it's another story.
Consistency. Even when it's shift to marriage, open the door.
I won't speak for the oranges.
So be consistent.
The oranges. At home, it's different. And I think most of the time, this comes in relationships where the status is different. Of like, this one comes in from different social status.
Power play. Huh?
So your relationship is not yet concretized to a point where we are free enough to be seen with each other in public. So you will enjoy all the niceness of the relationship in private. But you dare not say anything in public.
Well, okay, when you bring it from that angle, I could understand, as long as they still know we are together, because it feels like, is he trying to hide me?
Yes,
you get
it is.
If it is a thing of trying to hide me, then my friend, red flag. That's a green flag. Like, how do you be all nice and all that in private, and then in public it's like,
sikumanyi tomanyi, when you see me, do run. So all sides of the coin are actually very painful.
Yeah.
You just have to be consistent.
Consistency.
Like no compromise. And then, there's that thing of don't start what you cannot
finish.
Carry on.
Yes.
Even in marriage.
Definitely.
Like, only do the things that you're going to be able to be consistent in. Of course, it's said.
Can I shock you?
Shock me.
I feel like I want to shock you.
Shock me.
A very good percentage of the things that you do in dating will stop at dating.
But they shouldn't.
Right?
They shouldn't. Like, in the real world, it's different. But they shouldn't.
Okay, like what?
So many things that, honestly, I feel like, now, I don't see my husband opening that door for me anymore. No flowers. These things of
he
trips.
gives it in another way.
That's what I'm saying. Of like, he will not buy you flowers, but you will
But
see
he still
your
does.
Rarely.
Okay.
The other day it was very routine. But now, okay, maybe things have changed. You will just see, he has loaded your car. He has bought you data. He has done this and that. He has not bought flowers. Okay, I'm not giving you. I don't want to give you shivers about marriage, but some things might change.
Yeah.
To be honest,
Because the environment has also changed. Responsibility,
But,
children, and all that stuff.
And
yes.
also, it has to be something that, you feel like, but me, I still want this. So if it was a thing of, I really want this, then you would also be like, but I miss this,
Yeah.
So in those moments when you're having those, chill conversations, we talk about them. Like we're saying we talk about them because we do. Yeah. Yeah.
So have you gotten a light bulb moment there?
But
Manage your expectations. I don't want you to cry.
But she's still
No,
right.
what I've understood
You're
is,
right. I agree.
What I've understood is some of the things will not continue expressly, but he will
Yeah.
find a way of compensating.
Yes. That I agree.
As the
They still
seasons
send you
change.
pajamas some days that you do not expect it.
I agree. But
So I feel like there's a bit of consistency. there.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
it's not flowers, it's not the checks or what, but
you had to mention that. Yeah, you don't get the checks, you get the EFT.
those things.
Yes. So you still, I mean, as long as it's not a situation that's making you feel like, I feel like this person has really, really changed
Yeah.
from who they were when we were dating, then yeah. Ladies, I know this conversation can go on and on and on and on, but we have to bring this to an end.
Maybe we shall bring a part 2.
Maybe.
Never know. Tell us in the comment section.
Maybe. But we hope that you have enjoyed this conversation as much as we have.
Are you seeing any green flags?
Yes.
We would love to know.
Tell us
I know what are some
flags.
of them. Yeah. Please, in the comment section, tell us some of the green flags that you know of that we could have missed out. Please remember to like this video and subscribe and
Tell your
hit the
friends
notification
also.
bell so that when the next video comes up, you'll be notified. And as always, thank you to HD Media that produced this particular episode. Until next time,
Bye.